Tonight we watch Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. What's up, Internet? We're back again.
Hey, night 30.
Yeah, that. This time we watched Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie...
Leslie Vernon.
That thing. Alright, start off. Acting.
Great.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Very good. Actually, the casting, I was impressed. Robert Englund was cool, but actually more so, I was impressed the old lady from Poltergeist. That was awesome. I did not expect that. That was really cool. Very happy to see her. That made me happy a lot. If she would have said this house was clear, that would have made it. The whole movie could have sucked from then on, I wouldn't have cared. Effects, also great.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, everything looked really good. I don't know.
Very straightforward, simple. There's not really any effects.
I was gonna say, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot that would have had to been like practical or CGI or anything. It's all very...
Just a couple stabbings and a fire in the end.
Yeah. Now the major one, the story.
Greatest story ever for a horror movie.
I have two complaints.
No, you don't. Shut up.
No, I do.
Shut up.
A, it's predictable. It's not gonna make a good video.
Okay.
A is predictable. No, it is predictable. You can see it coming. Well, if you have half a brain, you can. You can tell he's setting her up to be the girl. They
kind of give it away a little bit, which I wish they wouldn't do.
You can definitely tell that it's her. Like, pretty early on, I figured out, okay, well, he's not going after her, he's going after her. Like, it wouldn't be a good movie if he's going after Kelly and they're documenting it. Obviously, he's setting them up. And he actually, the first part you can really tell is, because he gives away the steps. Like, he tells them, this is the process you do it. The first thing is you make him paranoid, and then right when Robert Englund tells them, hey, he's not who you think he is, he's this guy, and then they get in the argument. And then, like, he just goes through all the steps with them, and they still don't catch on until way too far into it. Like, where, he made her paranoid, and after, you know, he killed the first people, and she's like, oh my god, and then, yeah, like, he just went through the whole thing. And they still never caught on right up to the last minute. And then she finally... Well, that actually brings it to my second complaint, is when she did finally kill him with the apple press, they go in there, and they show it as they walk in, because it is like the key thing in the room, and you can see that it's closed, all the way down. And then she turns around, sticks his head in it, and it's up and ready to squish
That's more
it.
of a nitpick, not so much as a story-wise
yes, but
thing.
It's a big inconsistent one because it's like a key focus of the shots.
It's the only
and
one
you don't
of the
set
movie.
it up.
It's the only one of the movie.
No, I agree, but it's just, it's a big thing to not notice. Like, how no one in editing caught that.
I didn't notice it.
Oh, it was blatant.
I didn't notice
because it was the first thing I thought when they walked in the room and I saw the apple press. I'm like, oh, well, she can't put him in there, or he can't put her in there because it's closed. And then all of a sudden in the next shot, it's completely open and just ready to put someone in there.
Just nitpick. Even Jurassic Park has faults.
Yeah, but that was just... that did not work for me at all. But no, other than that, I love that they did, like, it's the turnabout, you know, and he comes back and he's actually killing her and not everyone else. I love when they twist things up like that and kind of, you know, turn the story up on end a little. I liked all the cameos, like with Freddy there and the Poltergeist lady, and how they mentioned all the old horror movies. And I thought it was weird, too, that... I don't know, the fact that these people were willing to document this thing was kind of odd at first. I mean, I guess people got to work, but it was weird.
Well, it's Leslie setting them up. They, at the beginning of the movie, they're like, we found Leslie, and you're wondering, how did they find Leslie? How did they know he was going to start murdering people? And how did they know it was him? It wasn't them. He found her and made her decide to do it.
Yeah.
It's all the seven. That's what I love about this movie. It just flips the conventional horror movie on its side, and it's a behind the mask. It's behind the scenes, and I love that.
Yeah.
The whole first half of the movie, where he's just a regular Joe, and he's just excited about, you know, what he does, and he's showing everybody, like, my favorite little scene is when he's talking about the cardio, and he's like, man, it's hard, it sucks. But you have to do it because, you know, you got to make people think that you're just walking slowly when you're really running really fast to try and catch them. I love that. I love the little things like that. There's this...
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Made the story totally
it was
engaging.
It was great. The way they went about it, the person who wrote this is astounding.
That whole exposition in the beginning and you fall in love with this Leslie character because he's just so enigmatic and engaging and wonderful and charming. And then he turns into this psycho killer. In credits. But he just turns into a completely scary, crazy, creepy killer, and it works. Like you forget about all of the charmingness from the first half, and you see him in the background there. You know, he's just swinging his axe and his mini scythe.
Yeah, they do. They build up and they set it up perfectly.
Yeah, it works. I love the story.
Oh, it definitely
everything
does.
works. It flows. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
I will say that's the other good thing too. The pacing for this was perfect. Like in the beginning, there was some bits where he's being funny and there's little quips and I won't say like comedy, but at least comedic things that they do, just like some of the conversations and the way they do things. So they keep it kind of lighthearted when they are in like exposition form, and it just everything flows very well. Like the story's written incredibly, it's paced well, it's very well done. I definitely have to say.
Eat the best.
I won't say it's scary, though.
No.
It was not at all.
No.
If anything, it's meant to kind of take the horror factor out of the horror movie, because it shows you what's going to happen ahead of time, so when it does, it's not... Like, here you're sitting, you're watching her go through it, and you're like, but that's what he said was going to happen, and then it does. You're like, see? But that's more of a... You're more like trying to follow along and see how she's going to walk into everything you set up, as opposed to actually being terrified. Like, you kind of set yourself as that, like... third-person view where you're like the audience and not part of the atmosphere. Did
that work for you? The switching between the newscaster's camera and the actual
me at all.
Yeah, it works.
So yeah, not scary, but I don't think that was their intent here.
Nope.
I think it was more to kind of put you behind the scenes of a horror movie.
Yep.
But overall, I'd give it a 9. Honestly, this was very, very good. It was very well done, and it does play to a lot of like the old horror tropes and kind of do all that, but then it turns him on end when he actually gets to him being the killer. And I mean, if you didn't see it coming, that would be an amazing reveal at the end where you find out it's not Kelly, it's her. So
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have given so
they
many
let
of those
it go
little things away.
Well,
like when they're talking about, oh look at her, she moves like a gazelle and she's so hot in the library, and they keep mentioning little things like that, and you're like, oh, stop it, you're just giving it away, no. Like, all you needed was to see her in the library and think she's nerdy, like a cute, nerdy girl, and then you could have run with it, but, like, those little things that just give it away, you're like, eh. So for that, I have to give it a 9, otherwise it would be a 10.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite movies ever. Ever.
Very
Love
good,
it.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so there you go. Great movie, 9s across the board. That's our highest one yet.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, if you like horror, or even if you don't really, because it's not entirely horror, I'd say this is probably a recommended watch for pretty much anyone. If you just like good stories.
Yep.
I mean, we just blew the twists, so sorry about that. But if you know other people that like movies with twists and didn't watch this video, which is pretty much everyone on the internet, then have them watch this.
Yeah, definitely. Very good. Very worth it.
And tune in tomorrow for our last one.
Trick or Treat. Halloween night.
Appropriate as all.
Trick or treat.
It is Halloween.
It's a Halloween movie.
See ya.
Good night.